Sa video na to, i-guide kita through BigCommerce international selling. Kasama na yung multi-currency taxes and storefront settings and what you actually need to think about before selling across borders. Ako si Erin from Ecom Mastery, so let's get into it. At kung gusto mong sumabay o explore ang BigCommerce para sa sarili mo, pwede mong gamitin yung link sa baba. As we go through this together, kapag pinag-uusapan ng mga tao yung selling internationally, usually shipping agad yung naiisip nila. But international selling is really about 3 systems working together. Una is multi-currency, which controls kung paano pinapakita ang prices and how customers pay at checkout. The second is taxes, which depend on where your customer is and what you're required to collect. And yung third is storefront structure, which determines whether you're running one global store or tailoring experiences by region. Built talaga ang BigCommerce para i-support lahat ng to, pero kung paano mo siya i-approach makes a big difference in how clean your setup is and how well it scales to the ground. I'm going to start by orienting you inside of BigCommerce so you can see kung saan talaga nag-e-exist yung mga concept na to sa platform. And then we will walk you through what matters for each one. So right now, nasa BigCommerce homepage ako, and ang reason ko bakit dito ako nagsisimula is because yung international selling sa BigCommerce isn't handled through one single setting. Nakabuild siya across the platform. When you look at how BigCommerce positions itself, mapapansin mo talaga yung focus sa flexibility, scale, and integrations. Importante kasi to dahil yung international selling touches payments, pricing, checkout, and operations all at once. Yung tatlong system na pinag-uusapan natin live in different parts of the platform. Multi-currency affects yung pricing at kung paano nag-checkout yung mga customers sa different regions. Taxes depend on location and how pricing is displayed. And storefront structure determines how you organize at ipepresent yung store mo across different markets. Hindi tinitreat ng BigCommerce to as add-ons. Part talaga siya ng design ng platform, which is why the way you approach international selling matters. Before you start turning things on, with that context in mind, simulan natin yung first piece, yung multi-currency and what it actually affects when you are selling internationally. Dito na pumapasok yung connection ng tatlong systems na pinag-uusapan natin. Multi-currency lives inside how checkout and payments work. Yung taxes naman, hinahandle siya through regional pricing and tax rules, and storefront structure shows up here through things like multi-storefront and international support. Hindi to mga separate tools. They're built into how BigCommerce is organized. At this point, we've talked about currencies and taxes conceptually. Ngayon, ipapakita ko kung saan talaga nakatira yung storefront structure inside the BigCommerce. Kasi ito yung third piece na nagtatie together ng international selling. Storefront or fronts are what allows you to separate regions, pricing logic, and customer experience without needing na mag-run ka ng totally separate stores. So now, let's click on multi-storefront. This is the first page you land on, and it sets the tone for how BigCommerce approaches international selling. The focus here isn't just growth, it's reducing complexity as you expand. Kapag nagsimula na magbenta ang businesses sa new regions, usually mas nagiging complicated muna bago gumaan. Different markets begin to need different currencies, pricing starts behaving differently. Nag-iiba yung expectations ng customers depende sa location. Multi-storefront is designed to handle that complexity at the structural level. So, imbes na pilitin mo isang storefront lang na mag-work para sa lahat ng countries and audience, e-commerce allows you to structure expansion intentionally. That can mean separating storefronts by region, by brand, or by audience habang nagmamanage ka pa rin ng lahat from one central system. Importante ito kasi ang international growth bihirang bumagsak due to lack of demand. It usually slows down because systems become too hard to manage. As you scroll down, BigCommerce shows how storefronts are meant to be used in practice. Yung bawat storefront pwedeng mag-present ng specific market with its own presentation and internal logic. Kasama dito kung anong currency ang default na ipapakita, how pricing is displayed, and what customers see when they arrive. Ang importanteng part dito is yung difference. Hinahandle siya at the storefront level. You are not duplicating your entire backend at hindi ka rin nagra-run ng separate systems per region. Dito pumapasok yung totoong value ng storefront settings. Nagbibigay sila ng flexibility to support different currencies at pricing behaviors na hindi nagkikreate ng operational chaos sa backend. Kapag maayos ang pagkakastructure ng storefronts, yung multi-currency tax at decisions start working together instead of fighting each other. So this visual shows how multiple storefronts connect back to one core system. Ang bawat storefront pwedeng i-tailor sa specific region or audience, but everything stays centralized behind the scenes. That means your business stays organized even as it grows more complex. Para sa international selling, critical yung separation na to. It prevents issues like pricing rules bleeding across regions. It keeps tax behavior aligned with the correct market, and it ensures customers only to see options that make sense for where they are located. Yung storefronts acts as a boundary layer. They keep regional rules contained habang pinapayagan ka pa rin na i-manage lahat from one place. So mag-scroll pa tayo. As we can see, ina-emphasize ng BigCommerce yung unified management. Dito talaga nagiging clear yung scalability. Kahit customized per market yung storefronts, centralized pa rin yung management. Customers, products, and analytics, lahat yan hinahandle from one system. Ito nagbibigay sa'yo ng ability na mag-scale internationally without losing visibility or control. As you add on more regions, you're not trading clarity for growth. You're designing growth to stay manageable. Ito rin yung nagsiseparate sa multi-storefront versus simpleng pag-launch ng multiple disconnected stores. Imbes na ma-fragment yung business mo, ino-organize mo siya. Why storefront settings matter? This is really why storefront settings matter. Kapag intentional ka sa selling, madali lang mag-focus sa currency or taxes individually, pero hindi sila gagana properly kung walang sariling structure bawat market sa likod nila. Storefronts are what keeps everything. They let one country to see prices, the right currency, and the right tax behavior without that spilling over into another market. So, imbes na mag-juggle ka ng messy workarounds or mag-add ng duplicate stores, you're actually building your international setup intentionally. Yan yung bigger na idea behind international selling sa BigCommerce. Hindi lang siya about pag-on ng features. Ang goal is siguraduhin na yung multi-currency, taxes, and storefront settings all support each other. So, nagiging manageable yung expansion imbes na overwhelming. So, when those three pieces are aligned, selling across borders stops feeling complicated and starts feeling scalable. So, mag-pause muna tayo dito saglit kasi ito usually yung part na nagiging overwhelming sa tao kapag naririnig nila yung multi-currency, taxes, and storefronts all the same time. Parang feeling mo kailangan mo isolve lahat perfectly bago ka mag-first international order. Pero hindi ganun yon. Ang mahalaga is maintindihan mo kung paano nagsusupport yung mga pieces sa isa't isa. Yung storefronts nagbibigay ng structure, multi-currency controls how prices behave inside that structure, and taxes follow the structure you set. Hindi dapat baligtad. Kapag naintindihan mo to, ang international selling hindi na siya nakaka-intimidate. Nagiging manageable na siya. Start ka na sa structure, hindi sa perfection, and this is the part I really want you to take away. Hindi mo kailangan ma-perfect agad yung international selling on day one. Ang importante is naiintindihan mo muna yung structure bago ka mag-start gumawa ng decisions. If you know how storefronts separate markets, paano nagbe-behave yung currency inside the storefront na yon, and how taxes follow the structure, you're already ahead of most stores that rush into settings. BigCommerce gives you tools, but the order you think about them is what keep things clean as you grow. And yan ang reason kung bakit yung international selling stays scalable imbes na stressful. Kapag iniisip mong mag-expand internationally, yung biggest win hindi yung i-on mo lahat agad-agad. It's understanding how the pieces fit together before you start making decisions. E-commerce give you the flexibility to sell across borders without overcomplicating your store. As long as sinuuna una mo yung structure and let everything else follow. Kung gusto mong i-explore yung BigCommerce for yourself o sumabay habang iniisip mo yung sariling setup, pwede mong gamitin ang link sa baba. Ako nga pala si Erin from Ecom Mastery. Maraming salamat sa panonood. If this video helped, make sure to like, subscribe at magkikita tayo sa next one.